Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, so like everybody else, I followed the course and took the exam, passed it. I built the resume. I took the so so after you guys are done the class here, Stan's probably gonna send you like videos that you have to watch, or it's not maybe, or take a class. But if he sends you the video, don't skip ever 1 minute, because if you skip 1 minute, if you skip 1 minute, that may cost you a job. To be honest, this one time, I had a job. I had an interview in Indiana. That was my very first interview. If it was with a company named Navian, and the questions the questions were very easy, but I didn't realize the questions were easy until I went back and rewatched some of the videos, because I skipped some of the videos, right? So when I went and watched the videos, I was like, oh my God, I have the answers right here. If I had watched those videos, I was gonna get my first job on my first interview. But I did not watch all the videos. Now, when I go back to watch the videos and Stan say something, I'm like, oh my God, this is what they asked me like the other time. This is what they asked me. This is what they asked me. So I didn't give up. I think I'm one of the people that apply the most. Like, to be honest, I will go on all these websites, and apply. I can apply, like, even when I go to bed, right? My wife would be like, "Oh, so why are you on your phone?" I'll go on easy apply. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm doing easy apply." Sometimes I just take my computer, and in the bed, and my wife would be mad. Um, I just keep applying, 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 and I had what I did was, I know it was illegal, let's say, but during the interview, right? If you can record, but make sure you delete it. If you can record the interview questions, because most of the time the questions are the same. And if you miss a question today and you go back and ask Stan or do your own research, that question, if they ask you again, you will never forget it. You'll never forget it. Never forget it. And one thing that helped me a lot was, as a bio, he was he's here, right? So he gave me like tips, like what was the tips, right? So, like, the question Sam was asking, tell me about yourself. Write something, right? Write something and memorize it. Tell the same thing to like one, two, 300 in interviews. Just memorize that one. And there are some questions like, how do you patch your system? How do you patch your environment? Make sure you memorize, because you don't have experience, right? You've never worked. So when you memorize something, you will never forget it. Even if sometimes they ask you questions like you don't know, right? You try to bring them back to, your memorization. Memorization is very, very, very important. Very, very important. And especially if, sorry for the term, but if you have a very limited English, right? If your English is very limited, try to memorize it. Nobody's gonna like go into your mind here, right? And see what is in there. So I kept applying, I kept applying, I kept applying, and did the interview. So when I do this interview today, I go back, because when you do an interview, you will know for a fact if you did good or not. To be honest, because if they ask you something, like, yeah, so it's like they ask you one plus one is how equal how many. So you should know it's two. So if you tell them it's three, and then you go back, you're like, yeah, I messed up on that one, right? So it's the same thing. The ones that you do not know, you write them down, and you do your research. You come back to Stan, you come back to all the other guys that are already working, right? And you ask them the questions. Okay, so I was asked this at the interview today. Um, what should I have said? They They tell you. So by the I had like three offer letters, to be honest. Three. I had one in Washington State, one in Virginia, and one in South Carolina. Yeah. And yeah. And one thing I know, there's like a young guy, someone who's like, let's say 18. Man, if you can join the military, right? The reserve, to just get the security clearance, right? That's gonna help you too a lot. It's gonna help you a lot too, because that helped me a lot, because I'm in the military, I have a secret clearance. So most of the jobs, if you that they require like citizenship or whatever, but this is just like for someone who is willing, who wants to join the military. That's gonna help a lot too. But like I said on the in the beginning here, don't put your mind right now at the job. Don't, because if you put your mind right now at the job, there's a lot of, you're not gonna take stand seriously anymore. You're going to be doing some research. So I heard about, they saying, what is Ansible? I heard about like, what is this?
And
What
you
is
did
this?
that too, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying from experience.
That's right.
I'm saying this from experience. So don't don't rush. Don't rush. And it takes time. It takes time. Um, it takes time. That's all I have to tell you. It takes time. Don't rush. Everything that Stan is telling you right now, try to kind of memorize it. Adebayo has memorized everything. He has done like all these projects at least 10 times. At least 10 times each and every project. So like 120 times all these projects he's done that. So he knows by heart like all the questions. So I mean, everybody can do that, right? We all can do it. So just put your mind right now to that when it comes to the interview and getting the job, right? And we're all gonna be here. We're gonna be here. We're not gonna go away because yeah, we got a job. We're just gonna leave. No, no. Somebody help me and make sure that I have somebody too. So that's the mindset that we all have. Everybody that is already working and everybody that is, that is expecting to get a job, right? So just don't think, okay, um, maybe in 6 months where I'm gonna know. No. And one thing too that I want to advise is put time. Like you have to dedicate a lot of time to this, right? General Brahma, Stan, General Brahma is my friend. That's what I keep telling him, right? Time. Take your time. Like I had a full-time job. I was working from home for the military, right? But it was hard for me. It was really, really hard. So what I did was I kind of I took a break, right, and I dedicated all those time to studying what Stan gave me. So just because don't the main thing, the main takeaway here is do not rush and learn everything, every single thing that Stan is giving you, even those like the theor- theological questions, these theory questions, right? Because there's not technical, but the theory questions they will ask you. They'll ask you those questions for sure. So just make sure that you learn them. It's not hard. Yeah, it's not hard. It's not hard. And always, you can reach out to people and form like groups. Like when it comes to for your certification, form like groups of people, and meet. And that helped me a lot. That helped me a lot. And I went past the first try and passed it. Yeah. Yeah. So, do you have any questions for me?
Yes, Youssouf.
Yeah.
Um,
You meet yourself, Russia.
You
Yeah,
said,
Russell, I think you met
yeah. What is like everything we're learning here, the practicals and everything? How how many percent will you say that like you do hands-on at work right now?
so like I said, I'm still on the onboarding process. I'm taking because I'm a contractor, right? So for the Navy, um, and the DoD, they have some kind of requirements that you have to meet before you work for before even you touch the keyboard. There is a certification called Security Plus. So you have to have Security Plus. for you to be even considered, right? So right now I'm in the onboarding process, but from what I've seen last time I went to the office, it's it's the same thing, to be honest. Like they have he has PuTTY and mobile extern to connect to the servers. That's it. Like the same thing that you see when you go on PuTTY or mobile, it's the same thing. It is the same thing. It's just that the only difference is, the other one you have virtual, you have a virtual environment, and this one, like, you're actually working. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So between the exam and the interview, which one is the hardest one?
So I had I told you I had an offer letter, right? For a job in Virginia. That interview lasted 1 hour 49 minutes. And when I was done, I called Stan. I was like, Stan, my brain is frying. Like 1 hour 49 minutes, they're asking you questions. So between the exam and the interview, so Stan has a whole class for the interview. And if you watch every single minute of those videos, you are going to be really, really, really good with the interview. Like you will be doing it really good. I hope
Yeah.
that answer your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
Hey Youssouf, congratulations. I'm really happy to hear that you made it.
Oh, general. Thank
I
you.
know that I missed your call, but I will call you right after
Yeah.
this. And I'm really happy right now. I heard you got this, and then
Thank you.
actually 3 offer letters, which is great. So
Yeah, I had three. I had three, and these people they're still calling me like, hey, when you want to come? When
yeah,
you
yeah,
like
I'm
that?
really happy, and I know the other people that we have, our other friends, they will definitely make it too. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
great.
inshallah. It's just dedication.
And yeah. And that's good. And just want to say hi also to Stan, Karim, and Sansi, and everybody else.
Hey, Barry,
All right.
thank you.
Hi,
Hi,
Stan.
Cherno. How's it going,
Hi,
man?
how are you? Good.
I'm doing well, and you, yeah.
We say hi to you too.
Oh, by the way, I heard that Youssouf, your first paycheck you're gonna share.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Youssouf, congratulations.
Hi,
Man, thank
Adebayo,
you.
Yeah, mais doyen, je suis repos.
the boss. And that's great.
Does
That's
anybody
great.
have the question?
That's a great
Okay,
story from you,
Yusuf.
Yusuf.
Sorry.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you so much for your explanation, your motivations, whatnot. Well, coming from zero experience with all this stuff here, it's quite. I'm very kind of a little bit motivated just hearing your
Yeah.
struggle that you've been through.
Mhm.
Talking about you had a laptop with you and your wife is telling you this is kind of like crazy applying for
Yeah.
jobs, right? Well, I don't understand applying for jobs and interviews. So, like, I want to go back to what Russell asked earlier. He says, what is the percentage of our work in STEM class? And then compare that to the work, to the real world, like to the real world environment. What is the percentage work? Like, is it the same stuff automatic, or is it like a little bit twisted, or it just depends on the companies? Sorry, maybe I missed it.
Yeah. Well, I think it depends on the company. It depends on the companies too. And Cherno can actually share his experience if you like. But like we
Yeah.
have another friend. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Cherno.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as you mentioned, you're on the onboarding process. But as for me, I've been working, I think 4 months now since I started.
Wow.
So
Already.
yeah, it is going fast. So what I can say so far since I started, since I passed my exam and then start working, um, I've been using the foundation that I got from Stan. Okay, the foundation that I got from Stan class, that's what I'm using everyday work. So you have all these servers, you know how to do the command. If a service is down, you know how to check the status, you know how to bring it up, you know how to, move from one place to another place. If you want to copy something from another server to another server, you know how to do that. So meaning the foundation that you got here, basically anything else you will be building on top of that. So as for me right now, I did not learn any other thing except what the company specifically have, right? So other than that, what I have, you know, from the class when I finish, that's what I'm still having, plus what the companies maybe have on some of these, let's say, software that they are using, or some of the services that they are using specifically for the company. Other than that, you built your foundation here, everything will be on top of that. So make sure you understand here, and then you practice everything, and then you really understand what you do, not just type in command, but you understand the meaning of it. And if you go to work, really, you will see the difference, because sometimes you work with even your manager or whatever person is, and then you will see that you know what you are doing, and they will see that you know what you are doing, and they will be like kind of surprised. Sometimes they don't know actually. You will find people there that they don't know what you are doing, but you really know,
Right,
so you can
General.
explain it.
Let me give you an example. So
Yeah.
my very first day at my job, right? And I went. So you know how they introduce you to people, right? And they introduced me to this old man. He's in the firewall team, right? And he was in Nano editor, just like VI, but he was trying to write something, but he was not able to save it. It was like, man, oh, so we have a new Linux guru here, right? So come on here. I need help here. This will be your first test. I'm trying to save this here, but it's not letting me. My heart, my heartbeat went from like 1 to 100. And I was like, yeah, to be honest, I was like, oh my goodness, so really? My first day? And then I looked at it, what he was doing. I was like, oh, do you have permissions to write in this file? Maybe you should SSH as root. And then he SSH as root, and he was able to write and save it. I was like, oh my God, I prayed. Yeah. So like Jenna was saying, like some of these people, they don't even know like new technology. During the interview, I talked about containers. You know, Red Hat 8 has container. Some of the people that are working, man, they have no idea if we have to use containers because they have not been trained yet for containers. Yeah.
Thank
You know,
you.
even
Thank
hearing
you.
somebody
Thank you
talk
so
about
much.
capsule servers too. Somebody didn't know what I was talking about when I said capsule servers for patching.
Oh,
They did not know what it was. And these people have like up to 4 different states where they have like data centers. This guy said he heard a new word. What was that capsule server, man? I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
I
That's
mean, really, watch these videos and then repeat, and make sure you build that foundation here. It's really important that you get that. When you
Right.
get it, you will see the difference.
Stan,
yeah.
Stan,
Yes. Yes.
I know when you started, you didn't start with 7 or 8, right? Probably when you started the class, you may have been with maybe 6 or thereabouts.
Yes. Yes.
So is it like you just keep updating yourself, or these are
That's right.
hands-on training you got from the place of work? So
Uh,
invariably, these guys don't update themselves. That's what it
Yeah.
means.
yeah.
From what they are saying, that's why I'm asking this question.
Yeah, you're right. You know, in this field, you know, we need to update ourselves. If I don't do that, I will not be able to even keep teaching right here now, because what I teach the first class, what I teach the first class, the second class is now different from what I'm teaching you now, because I was teaching Solari, teaching Rega 6. Now I don't even, maybe you guys don't even know if there's Rega 6, right? But it's, you know, there is 6 before there is 6, but we are doing now 7 and 8. That is how things work. The last class, that is where we learn about dark container like Podman that you are talking about. But first class, second class, third class, we don't have that. And I have some friends down the field that when I say Podman, they will say, what is that? Yes, because they did not update. That is just it. When I say Podman, say, you know, what are you talking about? Okay, so it's a new technology, and especially since I want to be, I'm teaching, and again, that Podman is in exam. How about I not update myself? and I will say, okay, you guys are already good, just go. And you go there, you find some, something, you come back and say, man, we did not learn this, we did not learn that. That would not be good. So I need to update myself for work and for this training. And that is it in IT.
All right, one last thing I want to say. So,
congratulations, Youssouf.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Joe. So one last thing I want to say. So,
and welcome back
all
to
of you.
Where were you? Where have you been?
Yeah, yesterday.
You just came back?
Yes.
Okay, welcome back.
I didn't see your video until 20 February. I didn't. You should didn't share.
Just let me know. Just text me and I will send it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So one last thing I wanted to say is, as you move, as you go with the class, some people might tell you, okay, you can actually get a job without having the certification, right? True, you can if you build your resume, right? But having put the certification as the main goal, because the certification is really, really, really important. It's very, very, very important. So if I always tell people, I have a friend that is taking class. When he ever asks me, I always tell him, do not rush. That's what I'm going to tell you. Do not rush. Do not rush. Take everything Stan is giving you and put your focus for the certification, because if you're not certified, you're not certified. So that certification gives you that's red hat telling you, okay, this man here or this lady is certified to be a system administrator for our operating systems. So don't let nobody tell you you can get, to neglect the certification. Don't let nobody. That's all I had.
Thank you. If somebody else have a question for him, we good?
Let me, yeah, one question. Oh, what keeps you motivated to study this class? Like,
all right, let me be straight with you, okay?
Sorry.
All right, so one person that really that I looked up to and get the motivation, was my friend Suleiman and Stan, right? But lastly is Adebayo, right? Adebayo has been he's been like, when I look at him, right, he's only been in the country for three years, right? And he's already working. When I look at him, I see him as a role model. I see him as somebody that inspires me, right? I'm like, Adebayo can do it. I mean, I can do it too. I can do it to change my life. I can do it to change my life. I had a job, to be honest. I had a job where I was working. I did not have to worry about my bills, and I was working from home. When my orders ended, I let my commanders, my commander know that I was gonna go off orders. That means I was gonna losing my insurance, and I'm losing, paycheck, because I don't know what's gonna happen, right? But looking at those people, seeing that they don't have anything that I do not have, that motivates me. That really, really motivates me a lot. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. I like the way you do something. I want to say something. You have the skill to motivate someone. You have it all. You have to train yourself to encourage people, because tu as le don d'encourager, quoi. Tu m'as même encouragé. On m'a commencé avec Youssouf dès le début. Jusque-là, et nous on entraîne, mais tu as le don de motiver. That's good, man.
Yeah. I mean, toute personne, like anybody that I know, I wanna share this. Like, we're all immigrants, right? We all came to this country. We didn't know, especially for the French-speaking people, we didn't know the right way, right? And we found this way. It's very crucial that we share, we spread it, we let people know, hey, if you do this can change your life and your family's life. So we have to keep doing it. That's what I was saying. Like, somebody help me, right? And so I'm gonna be here, like, inshallah, I'm gonna be here for the next people that will come. for the next people, like just like Stan is here. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
You, man.
All right, Youssouf, congratulations and thank you for coming and talk to the class. Diallo Youssouf, which Diallo are you talking about? Is Diallo? Which
Cherno.
No, it's me, Cherno
is
Diallo.
you? Oh, is
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. That's my
Actually,
friend. We went to not high
same
school.
colors, yeah.
Yeah.
No, secondary. They say, yeah, secondary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, he told me about this class, I think, 2018 or, yeah, 2018, but I was not paying too much attention, like until I moved to Columbus. He even told me the class on last year, but that time I was just moved from New York to here. Then I told him I'm gonna wait until this one.
That's good. And
yeah, but he told me the class a long time ago, maybe two or 3 years ago even.
that's good. You are on it now, and you are doing good. I think I know that you will make it like him. That's good. All right.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you, Youssouf, and thank you very much. And I know you will do good.
Stan.
Yes.
Am I doing good too?
You're good.
So Stan.
I see your project. You are improving. Coffee.
Thank you.
Stan, what about me?
You bad. Just go. You bad.
Okay.
Stan,
you are.
Stan, I didn't get feedback. Stan.
Can you guys let Stan talk to
You send it late. That's why you did not get feedback. I don't know. I already sleep at the time that you send the project, and I work today. Remember, I work on Friday. I work until the time I start the class. So that's why you want to send it early. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No
but can you still take a look at it?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Stan.
Yes.
Stan.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you think about me?
You are doing.
I want to know.
You are doing good.
Hey, Cherno. You still you live in
Yeah,
Columbus?
ask me that
Cherno
question. You're
Diallo.
doing good.
Which Cherno? Me?
Diallo, you live in Columbus?
Yeah.
North side or
Northwest side. Yeah, it's Dublin.
Oh, Dublin? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stan, can
you
I just
live in Columbus too?
Yes.
Just merely just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, hey guys, this is just a suggestion. I don't know, like, if you guys work with it. Me and Cherno, we did something like, when we started, we studied together. Like, let me say like we meet like 4 days a week, right? Was it like 4 days a week? Like 2 hours or 3 hours every day, like around like 7 to like 9. That's what we used to do. And we do that. We're like, we review the project, like, or like we review the project to create scenarios on ourselves. We're like, today he will be like the person that solve, and I'll be the person that like supervise it.
Okay.
And then the next day we'll switch and I'll do the same. Those things really helped us. And like when we were ready for the class got done. Cherno took his certification in like, was it like 1 week? Yeah, after class he took his and he passed it, and I did the following week too. So you don't want to wait till like when you get done with the class and then be like, oh, I'm gonna start studying for the certification. Because most of these things that Stan giving you, this what builds up all the way to the exam. You will see some question in the exam, you just laugh at it. You'll be like, really, this like trust me, that's how your reaction gonna be. But the thing about it, it is scary. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was nervous because Chandler knows I talked to him, and Stan knows. I was nervous because you heard people talk about practical exam. And I don't know if some of you, if you like go to school for tech, sometimes you do like practical classes. I'm pretty sure like the code people that code, they do. You took like 2 different exams, theory and practical sometimes. But this exam you're going in, mind you, this is your first time, and this is something that you do. It's not like if answer A works, but even you could do everything right, but if that machine do not come back on, you fail the exam and then you lose your money. So that alone, that's scary. So yeah, so it's not like, oh, I could just answer 10 questions and then I'm good. So if the other machine didn't come on, I'll still be good. No, each and every one need to come on. So that's why you had to, like, like right now, prepare. Grab like somebody, if somebody's closer to you, if you guys live in the same cities, just make like time, like 30 minutes a day or an hour a day. Trust me, it's gonna be worth it. And most of these things is like muscle memory. The more you type, the more understanding you're gonna become at it. Like Rama here, like pretty much, I was pretty much impressed with her when she was giving Stan, like, the file, like, for the partitioning, like, the way how she took her steps, like, explaining that file system management, how she can go ahead and partitioning that. If that was an interview, trust me, that interview will be pretty much like impressed with her, because she was not even naming the command, but she explained it to a point where, like, she have done this maybe like 100 times or more than that, or even like, can even teach these people if they needed somebody to teach them down in the environment. So that's how you want to be confident. And also, don't stutter a lot. Like, when they ask you some questions, or like you start like, oh, let me wait or something, like, no. Sometimes Stan asks you some questions here, but actually he's preparing you. What I get to understand is that it's good to make mistakes here than to make mistakes in the interview.
That's right.
Because in the interviews, you make mistakes sometimes, you just shut off like completely, because you yourself, you know you blew it, like without them having to tell you. And then when you get done with the interview, you automatically know these people are not gonna call me.
That's
Or probably
right.
these people are laughing, or these people are laughing at me.
Yeah, when you're done with that kind of
Yeah,
work,
you know exactly.
you don't even wait. You don't even think about that anymore. You know, okay, I'm done with this one because they will not call.
Yeah. And
Because
also
you
for
know
the
what you did.
certification.
You know what you did. You know when I was answering, that guy was laughing. Yeah, he's laughing because you are not saying, something that makes sense.
And one thing again for the certification that I would advise you guys, when you finish taking the class, it's gonna be some people that will go ahead and take this certification and pass it right away, because they've been putting in the work.
Yeah.
But don't let that pressure get to you. That's one thing that I would advise. Don't let that pressure get to you, for that to force you, for you to go ahead and spend $400 is a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of money. If I spend $400, I want to see what it's gonna bring back to me. We're full of people. We're business people. We like to have our interest back. So just think about it that way. But don't let the pressure get to you. Trust me, when you're ready for the certification, you will not second guess yourself when you book in that exam, because you'll be ready. Trust me, nobody, like you'll be going to your sleep, or like you wake up some days, you just type these commands, like it's like you don't need to look at a book for you to see the commands. You can just sit down and type it. And the man page, please utilize the man page, the manual page. That's
Thank
the
you,
only
Abdul
advice that
Karim.
I'll give for now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Abdul.
Stan,
Yeah.
1 minute with brothers and sisters.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I want just to notify something. Don't all of you, because I think you are finishing the 4th month and this class.
This is still on,
Just yes, just keep going. And I want to advise you something. Sleep after everybody sleep, and wake up before everybody wake up.
for Eunice.
Yes, just for Eunice. Yes, Sandra, you will make it. Like for example, yesterday was my 1 year.
Bayo, please, can you repeat that again, please?
I said for Eunice, sleep after everybody sleep, and wake up before everybody wake up, just for 2 or 3 months. And I swear God, you will make it. You will make it. I just want to let you know that it was yesterday was my
Can you,
1 year
sorry, not
my
to cut you,
environment.
can you simplify that a little bit in terms? You said sleep whenever, before.
Okay, what I want to say is
Sleep late and wake up early.
Remember, we talking to,
yes.
Because if you don't have time, all of us, most of us, going to work, right? You have work, you need to pay your bill, but you still want to put time on Linux, right? So that's why you need to sleep a little bit late. When people are already sleeping, you will be doing, you want to type those commands and sleep a little bit late. and you still want to wake up early to do a little bit work before you go to work.
Oh, got you.
So that's what I'm saying, because you are going to the end of the class. Okay, so if you give up now, it will be difficult to make it after. So put all effort on it now, and maybe after two weeks after the class, you get your certificate, and everything will be fresh in your head to go to interview. So that's what I did when I was in class with Stan. So that's why I want to let you know. I want to, so please just keep going. Everything will be good. So that's what I want to say.
Thank you, Bayo,
so much.
because I'm almost like.
And don't let you how to say that. You know that, know in your head that a lot of people are available to help you, because we are a lot now in this in this environment. So we are working, we have a little bit experience, okay? So everything that you want to, don't just think a little bit. If you don't find solution, just call somebody, and we will help you. So we are here together. So that's what I want to let you know, guys. And I have all the best. I wish you all the best. That's in my English. So if somebody are there, don't speak English, don't be afraid, no problem. Please don't need English.
Thank you. Thank you, Adebayo, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Nice one.
Good night.